As the saying goes, talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Rodrygo and players like him aim for greatness, apuntan a la grandeza. But Maffeo? Who the hell is Maffeo? Muy buenas a todos, gente buena gente, football geeks, frikis del fútbol, football geeks, and welcome to a new episode of Inglés para Vikingos. What I basically wanted to say with that saying is that Rodrygo got the talent and ambition that make him stand out. Meanwhile, Maffeo isn't even close to that level. On the contrary, he's more of an embarrassment to this sport. Today, guys, I wanted to underscore the stark contrast, el contraste tan marcado between a player like Rodrygo and someone like Maffeo, who to me is more of a tabloid character than a footballer. Es un tipo más del salseo que futbolista. Seems like a guy that is always too busy aiming for the headlines. Siempre está muy ocupado buscando esos titulares. He's always too busy aiming for those headlines, and it's funny because this guy's biggest claim to fame isn't just his footballing ability, but his rancing with Vini. Esa expresión de rancing significa altercado, encontronazo, and all that fueled by his ridiculous antics. Esas payasadas, those ridiculous antics. This guy tries to act tough. Este tipo va de tipo duro, but pulls these antics, y utiliza estas payasadas, he pulls these antics to get media attention, to catch media attention. Brag about himself, alardeárselas de sí mismo, brag about himself, and take cheap shots at Vini, y lanzar golpes bajos a Vini. But let's be honest, the Spanish media are just as much to blame. They built up this guy up. Han construido a este tipo, using him as a tool or as a weapon to take digs at Vini, para poner a caldo a Vini, to take digs at Vini. Let's not forget, Vikingos, that this past week, Maffeo has even made absurd claims like he could knock Vini out in 10 seconds. Seriously, Maffeo? His entire football career, if you can even call it that, it's a joke. To be honest, all I've ever seen is him chasing shadows every game. Siempre le he visto persiguiendo sombras en cada partido. Today, yet again, he was exposed. Quedó retratado. He was exposed. Not because he got outplayed, but because of a cringe-worthy moment where he faked being attacked by Vini, sino por un momento de vergüenza ajena en el que fingió pues que había habido una agresión. That was truly embarrassing, guys. Vini barely touched his chest. Vini apenas le tocó el pecho. If my friends or any member of my family saw me pull something like that, I swear to God I'd be so embarrassed. You see, the real problem isn't just him. It's the referees letting this nonsense go unchecked. Es que los árbitros dejan que esto ocurra. As long as players like Maffeo get away with it, mientras que estos jugadores se salgan con la suya, they'll keep stealing the spotlight. Seguirán llevándose ese protagonismo. For all the wrong reasons. On the contrary, let's talk about Rodrygo now, because he's like the craftsman, como el artesano, who lets his work do all the talking. So take a look at this. This guy gets fouled hard in midfield. Most players, Maffeo, Jordi Alba, Busquets, etc., would have rolled around, of course, begging for yellow cards, pidiendo la amarilla. But not Rodrygo. He gets up, fights for the ball, and plays it to Jude, sparking a beautiful counterattack, montando un contraataque fantástico. Rodrygo keeps up with the play, nearly scores with a header, con un cabezazo with a header that hits the post, and Jude finishes the rebound for 1-0. That's the difference. Rodrygo embodies effort, class, and focus. Meanwhile, Maffeo? Who the hell is Maffeo? He's all theatrics. Es puro teatro. He's all theatrics. He's all provocation. And you know what? He's all whining. Es todo lloriqueo. And at the end of the day, in most of the games I've seen play this guy, he ended up whining. Acabó lloriqueando. Quite a contribution, isn't it? Una gran aportación. And as for the game itself, guys, this is how you play football, Vikingos. Así, sí. Especially in the first half. We came out hungry to win. We had a ton of possession. We fought for every duel. And we played as a team. We had a total control from start to finish. Actually, and this is key, I believe they had quite a lot of fun playing football. And that's crucial because when they enjoy themselves on the pitch, they free all their talent and we all get the best out of them. Arguably, se puede decir, I feel Mallorca didn't have much of a sniff in this game. El Mallorca casi ni la olió. They didn't have much of a sniff in this game. Although we didn't score in the first half, you could feel the goals were just around the corner. I think alongside the Sevilla match, this was one of our best first halves of the season. At Mallorca, they brought nothing to the table. Their stats were barely better, apenas algo mejor, barely better than Deportivo Mineros on Monday. That says it all, eso lo dice todo, doesn't it? Jude was incredible again. As I call him, he is our leader without the armband. Es nuestro líder, pero sin el brazalete de capitán. He has already scored 9 goals this season, and most of them decisive. Rodrygo, Camavinga and Mbappe were phenomenal too. I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed in the last few games that Kylian does seem to be enjoying football in Real Madrid. He's becoming again that top-notch player we were used to watch. Está volviendo a ser ese jugador top que todos conocíamos. And I've got to give another shout out to Asensio. He walked on the pitch so calm and composed, even giving Maffeo a bit of a stick at the end, incluso dando un toque a Maffeo al final del partido. Okay, now we play against the Ref Buyers on Sunday. Yes, you heard me right, the Ref Buyers. I don't want to call this game the Clásico anymore. I'm sorry about that. But after knowing all the corruption, all the bribes, todos los sobornos, and shady dealings behind that club, I just can't bring myself to promote any big match where this team is involved. I'm sorry about that. I wish I felt differently, but that's where I stand today. Honestly, I'd rather our team just head back to Madrid after this win against Mallorca. But since we're playing, let's hope for a good match and more importantly, no injuries, please. No injuries, sin lesiones. Because after the Mallorca game, it looked like Valverde and Jude were a bit knocked up. Estaban un poquito tocados. Fingers crossed they're not seriously injured. Y para ir terminando, chicos, vamos con la expresión del día que os he seleccionado hoy. La expresión es cringe-worthy, la vergüenza ajena. The Maffeo's cringe-worthy moment from this match. El momento de la vergüenza ajena de Maffeo. Otra frase como ejemplo que os podría dar sería I cringed watching Maffeo. Me dio vergüenza ajena ver a Maffeo. I cringed watching Maffeo pretend that there was an aggression that never happened. Bueno, y ya sabéis también que en la descripción del vídeo, justo debajo, encontraréis el resto del vocabulario de este vídeo. Para los que seáis nuevos, por favor, suscribiros al canal y para el resto, pues con un like estoy más que contento. Así ayudáis a que el canal vaya creciendo poco a poco y también recompensáis un poco el currele de los vídeos. So a big hug to all of you vikingos, and I'll see you after the no, I'm not going to say clásico, I'm sorry. And I'll see you after the next Real Madrid game.